It's 6:30. Good morning, I'm Ian Crouch with Hunter News. An elderly man is recovering in hospital following a violent home invasion at Shortland. An unknown man broke into the 76-year-old's house in Blanche Street yesterday afternoon and assaulted him before stealing cash in his car. The vehicle was dumped a short distance away. The victim was taken to hospital, suffering shock and what appears to be knife wounds. A man is facing a string of charges over a violent rampage at Swansea. The 32-year-old allegedly assaulted his partner at a home in Wallace Street yesterday morning before running off to the Fernley track at Belmont. Sonia Roberts from Police Headquarters says once there, the man started yelling abuse at members of the public and allowed his dog to attack another dog before running into a nearby house.
When police arrived, they attempted to speak with the 32-year-old. He's allegedly assaulted an officer before running into the house. Police entered the house, locating the 32-year-old in an upstairs bedroom. Police were able to arrest the man, and he allegedly resisted the police. He was able to be subdued and taken to Newcastle Police Station.
Premier Mike Baird has refused to rule out selling or leasing prime land along the Newcastle inner-city rail corridor once the line is cut. He faced a grilling in Parliament yesterday with Wallsend MP Sonia Hornery asking the coalition leader if he will give the people of the Hunter a say in their future and hold off any move to terminate the line until after the March election, and if he would guarantee the corridor won't be handed over to property developers. Mike Baird replied no. However, his office later told reporters the second part of the question was inaudible due to the noise in the chamber, and he was replying to the first part only. Planning Minister Prue Goward has previously said small developments such as cafes would be allowed. There's concerns funding for home care programs in the Hunter has been cut and pasted into the National Disability Insurance Scheme. The cut means no access to basic care services for people under 65 with impaired functionality to help them with everyday tasks like showering. Shadow Minister for the Hunter, Sonia Hornery, says she'll be asking the state government what support services these people can look for.
Service providers provide a whole range of very important fundamental support for people, so I'll be asking in Parliament this week what's happening with that funding and how we'll ensure that people who are under 65 who have disabilities gets the support that they need.
A new study is underway to help unlock the potential of Edgeworth. The Edgeworth Renewal Corridor study is being conducted by Lake Macquarie Council to identify areas such as housing density, employment hubs, transport access, and which are ripe for improvement. Integrated Planning Manager Sharon Pope says the study will focus on the area surrounding the main road corridor.
This study tries to identify ways of improving some of the worst aspects of that road corridor, try and fix some of the traffic problems people have identified, and generally try to make the area appealing for new development to occur in the future.
Two University of Newcastle academics have received gongs at the 2014 New South Wales Science and Engineering Awards. Professor Nick Talley received the Excellence in Biological Sciences Award, and Professor Bedad Mogdaderi was the recipient of the Renewable Energy Innovation Award. Deputy Vice-Chancellor of Research and Innovation, Professor Kevin Hall, says the results highlight the university's distinguished research reputation.
It's a fantastic recognition, first of all, for the two individuals, because this places them amongst all their colleagues within the state, and for the university, it really showcases a couple of our researchers who have been winning awards not only in New South Wales but in also other venues.
Now with sport, Belinda Delaceres.
Newcastle Knights stars Beau Scott and Sione Matautia have been named in the Australian lineup to take on New Zealand in Saturday's Four Nations clash. Scott is set to fill the second row, with Matautia earning his place on an extended bench. Meanwhile, fellow Knights teammates Joey Leilua and David Faulongo will join Samoa's 18-man squad, facing England in the opener. Jets striker Edson Montano is adamant he'll be doing all he can to help the side to its first win of the A-League season, when they come up against Wellington Phoenix this Sunday. The 23-year-old Ecuadorian international opened his account in Newcastle's 1-1 draw with Melbourne City last weekend, but he insists he's determined to finish the job and make an example of Wellington in round 3. And Belmont golfer Brendan Smith has wrapped up his campaign on the green with an even par 70 to walk away with a 4-way tie at the end of yesterday's Merriweather Pro-Am. That's sport. I'm Belinda Delaceres.
2 NURFM News Time coming up to 25 to 7.